A lot of people sleep on St. Elizabeth because they feel like St. Elizabeth is a country area, which is true. But me gotta tell you something. See, if you're not trying to really save money on buying a home or building, St. Elizabeth is the number one choice of all the parishes. Then you have Manchester. And people sleep on Clarendon, St. Catherine, and those places because of simple. I get it, it's different reasons. But when it comes down to St. Elizabeth, why I'm going to say number one is because you still have access and you can still find affordable homes. The same size homes that they have in Kingston for $47 million is the same size homes they have in St. Elizabeth for $27 million. So that's half your price. I've seen apartments being built in St. Elizabeth, in Manchester. Now, when it comes down to the apartment, they have the same apartments in Mandeville, Manchester area for like around $20 million that you're selling for almost $50 million in Kingston and other surrounding areas. Now, like I said, those areas is not for everyone, but remember, you have the highway now that will take you from point A to point B in no time. Especially if you're saying you want to save money, regardless of when you consider you paying how much millions of dollars for a place, and if you even have to pay toll, you still have the local roads that you can drive to get from point A to point B on days when you don't really have to travel. I understand that some people travel every day, but a lot of people don't travel every day to work. So if you're even, say, a returnee mainly, I believe that it's beneficial to you to really do come out of some of those high price areas to come in the country section to look for a place to either build or buy, or whatever the case might be happening to you. I feel like Clarendon, people sleep on Clarendon because a lot of people are afraid of certain things, and St. Catherine area. But there's still a lot of nice homes in those areas, especially for returnees that's familiar with some places, because I found out that a lot of returnees like to be, places that that's familiar to them. Westmoreland is one of the most beautiful places. I love Westmoreland, regardless of what people might feel. Getting to it, St. Anne's is one place that I love, but it's like I said, those places are kind of like it's a hefty price to live in those areas. A lot of people feel like when they go to St. Anne, you have to live a certain way, and you do have to live a certain way because you have to have a certain kind of money too. Most of those places have a lot of gated communities, and I get that. Some people are right with it. So if you're all right with a gated community and you're all right with paying a HOA fee or your maintenance fee, the same thing, well, I guess those places are okay for you. But I'm talking to the people that's looking to retire home on a budget, that affordable living where you own your own space. You can do whatever you pretty much want with it, because remember, as you go over the years, you might have a bigger house and you want to say, okay, more split up my house and turn it into maybe 2 apartments. Maybe it's you're able to do that. Or you have a small house, you want to add 2 extra little bungalows in the back. You can in St. Elizabeth, you can in Manchester, you can in St. Catherine, you can in Clarendon, those places, Westmoreland, you understand me? And those places you can definitely add a 2 little bungalow here and there and still be able to live on your property without asking for permission, or if you just change the color of your house. So those are the things I'm tell people all the time. It's not about bashing away, because a home is a home. Once you make it, it's yours. You understand me? And if you can afford it, it's nothing wrong with that. But for some people, take it personal, as if it's a personal attack when they said don't go to this parish. It's not really me. I said don't go, because I can't tell people what to do. But me just give people ideas. Say, listen, when it comes down to St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Mandeville area, some people forget, say, Westmoreland is a beautiful place to live in. You understand me? You still have Portland, which is still affordable in some places. Not all of it is still affordable. There's a lot of parishes that you don't really have to have a lot of money if you try to find this land. And land is still available to people who can buy, because a lot of people feel like, say, you can't find land. Because you're not looking. You have to really look. You have to get to the backside of Jamaica and look. Especially if you can't travel. So for some of the people that cannot travel more than the one-time trip, they're going to make, and that's it for them. But for the one that can go back and forth, I see nothing wrong with you taking your time and look, because land is there. Some land they can even go know. So I don't really talk about this a lot, but when they come on to realtors, them do have a lot of good places. Sometimes it do cost you a little bit extra money, but You can go through them if you don't have no other choice. You understand me? For the land. And actually, I tell people all the time, say building sometime is still better than buying, because at the end of the day, you can obtain a place without having all the money at once. And that's the thing I've been trying to tell people all the time. Say you can actually own your own home without having to have 20 yard, 40 yard $1,000,000 right away. You understand me? Or go to a bank to get that loan. People feel like say, oh, you have to have this. Listen, if you not start something, you will never get there. You can't go to Jamaica and have a nice little piece of land, and guess where you find yourself with 1,000 block, or maybe a couple pieces of ply and a piece of board, and you can put something up temporarily. It's a temporary shelter until you have it. Or you just start a 1 room with your little block them until you can do 2 room and 3 room, and you can still get your plan set up and just start off where you feel like, you can afford it. Some people have this tendency to feel like, say, because Tom, Dick, and Harry house over there so have 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 6 bedroom, you have to have the same thing. No, you don't, because if you drive through enough community in Jamaica and look on some of the houses where them are built, when you look in between some of the houses, so one little tiny 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom, some of them still sit on same way and look beautiful just the same, just as grand as the big one. And you know why? Because that's what them can afford, and them comfortable enough to where them fix it up to where them can sit down outside, enjoy themselves. Them have them fence, them have them gate, and them roof look firm as ever, and them now complain and watch another man I try to broke them neck for do it. You just take your time. It's not because you come from a foreign that means you have to have a big house. You understand me? Some will do it for different reasons, I may get that, but for me personally, me look on it like if a big house it have to benefit me for when me I get something I fight at night long run. You understand me? The next thing is that when we look on the parish of Westmoreland, a lot of people sleep on Westmoreland because they feel like, say, it's a faro. But at the end of the day, when you really are sleep on Westmoreland, because Westmoreland have land. So does St. Elizabeth still have land that you can build upon, you can buy and get affordable price land. So does Manchester. A lot of places in Manchester, I know enough people don't really want to go certain areas. I may get that. But you have to look around and you will find. So I've heard someone said that Jamaica the house prices them too high in Jamaica, and they're so right, it is. But unfortunately, it's kind of hard to really knock Jamaica too much when Jamaica does catch up with the other island them, because for the other island them, once to them price, Cayman Island, St. Martin, St. Lucia, all of those places. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Jamaica that I try to get the same US pricing, which I understand still it really not add up, because for the money where enough people earn in Jamaica, I do feel like the price is excessive. It's too much. But at the same time, what I try to say, if not really make that discourage you from buying or building the home that you want for yourself. And sometimes it's easy for just say, oh, forget it, because you find yourself with a lot of $5-10 million. A lot that can't do nothing because they want $17-18 million. Don't make that discourage you. But telling already, if you have $10 million, okay, common sense. You take it over Jamaica, you try to find a piece of land for maybe 4 or 5, and you can find it. Then you take the next 5 and you start do something with it. As simple as that. Some people feel like say you have to have a whole lot of money to start build a house in Jamaica. You really don't. You can take your time. The privilege what we have at Jamaica still enough is the fact that we can get up and start a house, or look at 1 room and put on the roof, and you can actually live in it. Once it's livable, you can live in it. When enough other country don't give you that right, where you can get up and if your place not fully get passed by this or that, you can't live in it. Well, Jamaica still offer you that option where you can live in it. You understand me? So some people try to run away or shy away from starting and feel like them really a failure because them not have enough, or them can't put up the full 3 bedroom whatever they love. That does not make you feel it. You're a winner from the minute you buy that piece of lot and you start put up a room, you're a winner. Because guess what? What you doing is actually dismissing that big old mortgage over your head. That means if you're sick, you don't have to worry, because nobody now come for you more than try to just can pay your little taxes where you're supposed to pay. You understand? Because that big mortgage over your head is something that a lot of people don't think about right away when they take up that $47 million until something happens where they cannot pay it anymore. Plus on top of it, you have a HOA fee where you have to pay maybe a good $300, $400, $500 monthly, which is actually rent for a lot of people that could actually pay another mortgage for in some areas. So me, I tell people, so don't get discouraged from doing the things that you want to do, because sometimes price tend to scare we when we see it. We say, Lord, it's more than what we can manage, And remember, everyone, with God leading the way, everything is possible. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless. Thank you for watching.